with their first child or has already given birth. This prevalence has not changed since 2008, and that 50.9% of young women had engaged in sex before the majority age of 18. Our reporter Willie Lusige toured the county and explains why, besides cultural beliefs and early marriages, stakeholders attribute the surge to drought, poverty and drug influence. Stay tuned for that. And of course, I leave you with that report. I'll see you again at 1 o'clock. Keep watching KTN News.
Yani nilikuwa mwanafunzi, nikawa na boyfriend, tukakaa na yeye, nikapata mimba, lakini akakataa, akasema mtoto si yake.
Mtoto wa kwanza nilimpata 2020. Huyu mwingine ni wa hii mwaka. Tunasoma hadi class 7, sikwenda 8.
Unajua wakati ya corona tulikuwa nyumbani sisi wote. We had a lot of freedom ilikuwa mingi. So that was the main challenge. Nilijifungua 2021 mwezi wa 5 tarehe 20.
These are only 3 out of the many young mothers of Isiolo. The statistics will shock you. Hundreds of teen mothers aged between 10 to 18 years in Isiolo County are either married or living as single parents, and they are raising their young children on their own. For Sharon Ewoy, aged 17 and not her real name, this metallic hospital bed in one of the female wards in Isiolo County Referral Hospital has been her home together with her young baby for the last 3 weeks. The boy had accidentally tripped on a sufria with boiling water at home while Sharon was preparing lunch.
Achomeka juice mwezi wa 10 tarehe 24. Alikuwa ameweka maji ya ugali kwa jiko, alikuwa anacheza kwa nje, vile alikimbia hivi akapita jiko juu. Ndio alichomeka. But
today she's happy. Finally, doctors have agreed to release her and the baby to go home after well-wishers paid the hospital bill. The young teen mother and her husband were unable to raise the money as the husband has no job, and the cows that the family depended on died due to prolonged drought, the worst documented in northern eastern region.
Hakuna ni majirani wanalipia jana 5,000. Tukaleta hapa wakakataa, akasema muongezee. Bili ilikuwa 13,000. Na sina uwezo yote.
During the onset of the drought a few years ago, Sharon was married off to her 31-year-old husband at the age of 14 when she was in class 6. In a family of 10 children, her father decided to marry off all the 4 girls so as to reduce the burden of taking care of the 10 children. Because Sharon's husband was poor, he was required to pay 5 cows and 10 goats only.
Aliniambia hata kuna kazi, akona mali. Sasa nikaingia box.
Given that the couple had lost many animals to drought, Sharon, like many other teen mothers in Isiolo, resorted to charcoal burning in order to provide for the family. But similar to other women in the area, the money she gets goes to the husband, who budgets for the household.
Nilikuwa tunataka kusoma tu. Kwenye nilipata mimba hivi. Sasa hakuna hata pesa ndaweza kuenda shule. Hakuna kazi hata nifanya ndio nimbe mtoto maziwa ndio abaki. Hakuna. Number 5 tuko na watoto 10. Wasichana ni 4, vijana ni 6. Nilikuwa tunajisaidia, saa zingine naenda kukata makaa. Ndio hakuna kibarua unaweza fanya, unajisaidika. Nakata makaa, saa zingine tunakamatwa. Nipo tu.
As Sharon prepares to leave the hospital, Maria is also in the same ward taking care of her young ailing baby. Maria, who hails from Nasiroi area in Isiolo County, says she was married off at the age of 16 to a herdsman as a 4th wife who already had sired 9 children from his first 3 marriages.
Nilipata mimba, kajifungua tarehe 7.
Her parents chose to marry off all the 5 girls in the family of 9 due to hard economic times. According to Maria, her parents received 10 cows, a camel, and 20 goats as her bride price.
10.
On November 7th, she gave birth to a baby girl, but her health has really deteriorated. She is anemic and was diagnosed with gestational hypertension, and her baby has breathing complications. The story is the same for Rukia, aged 19, from Gohan area and has 3 children.
Last year nilikuwa mwanafunzi, nikawa na boyfriend, tukakaa na yeye, nikapata mimba, lakini akakataa, akasema mtoto si yake.
After she gave birth to a boy, her husband divorced her on grounds that he could not take care of a baby, sad with another man.
Ni visa ambavyo ni vya kusikitisha sana na havifai kabisa kutokea. Wale wazazi ambao sisi tuko na watoto, ni lazima tuwachunge watoto kike na wa kiume, na lazima tuwape mwongozo.
These situations are not unique. Many areas across Isiolo County record a high number of teen pregnancies and early marriages. Young teen mothers pointing fingers at the outdated culture in Isiolo County, where parents are said to be forcing young girls to get married at tender age in exchange of cows and goats. If you get married before 15 years, your bride price is 30 goats and 10 cows or more. Above 15 years, but still a virgin, it's 20 goats and 10 cows. But if you have a child, the bride price is less than 5 cows and 5 goats.
Tumekuwa na ukame ya muda mrefu katika sehemu hizi. Watu ni wafugaji, wamepoteza mifugo yao yote, na kwa hakika hali ya umaskini pia inalete changamoto ambazo tunazungumzia.
According to the National Council for Population Development, Kenya is among the countries with high burden of teenage pregnancy and motherhood in sub-Saharan Africa. The report notes that currently 1 in every 5 teenage girls, 18% between the ages of 15 to 18, is either pregnant with their first child or has given birth. This prevalence has not changed since 2008, and that 50.9% of young women had engaged in sex before hitting 18.
Challenges we have: high number of teenage pregnancies in the county, and it has been a very big, great concern to us as Ngao, as leaders of this county, that if we are going in that trajectory at this 21st century, then we will be left behind.
Data remains a challenge because you find that there are those events which happen at home. Like you find that a girl gives birth at home, so those events are not captured, which poses a big challenge in our data, and this can only be addressed when we involve all the stakeholders, including the chiefs, in ensuring all the births and the births which happen at the community are recorded. We can also bring on board the community health volunteers.
Apart from drought that has said to be a catalyst for early marriages to dowry-hungry parents, other factors listed as major causes of teen pregnancies in this region include outdated culture such as FGM.
This is a very serious thing that is happening. And there are so many factors that are contributing to that. One greatest factor is the retrogressive cultural practices. Here we have around 90% of the people practice FGM in this county. FGM. Then secondly, we, under the cultural aspect, young children or young girls are given out by the parents for marriage in exchange of maybe livestock.
Retrogressive culture, FGM, poverty, nomadic life, and harsh economic times are the leading factors, while underage girls are married off in the county in exchange of livestock.
Early marriages, married girl before the age of 15. Yeah. So those are the cultural issues which I was talking about, which we must demystify, where people believe in livestock, that the many livestock we have. But the recent drought that we have, which is still there, ravaging, we have lost all the stock. So even if you are given more stock, livestock, because of giving your young daughter for marriage, drought comes and wipes them out.
According to Isiolo County Director of Education James Nyaga, early marriages and teenage pregnancies in the county is the biggest impediment to girl child education. In Isiolo County, once the girls undergo female genital mutilation, FGM, they're married off immediately. The community has a tendency of thinking that after FGM, the girls are mature to get married in exchange of animals.
Athari ya wasichana wetu ambao wanakatishwa masomo mapema kwa sababu ya kuolewa au mimba za mapema au zile desturi zipotovu, unakuta athari na kwa jamii na kwa nchi, na hata athari na kwa uchumi wa nchi. Ukikuta sasa wasichana kama watasomeshwa na watafanya kazi, hata uchumi pia unaboreka.
In Isiolo, girls are not given opportunity to pursue their education and realize their dreams, but are exchanged with livestock at a tender age.
Nilifungua mtoto wa kwanza 2016 na wa pili nilijifungua 2018. Sasa hapo maisha imekuwa hard sana kwangu kwa sababu nilijifungua mtoto wa pili si the same na ule baba wa kwanza. Wa kwanza nilijifungua na mmoja akaniacha, wa pili tena akaniacha. Maisha imekuwa ngumu sana sababu nategemea vibarua. Mtoto wako batata huwa ananisaidii chochote. Mimi ndo kila kitu yani. Mimi ndo kama baba ma ako Isiolo. Fanya tu vibarua ya kufua nguo. Ukikuja kama kwako nakuomba kibarua nafua nguo, natoka hapo naenda pengine nafua hapo. Nanipea kazi ya kuosha vyombo na kuoshea nyumba. Napata ile kitu utapata. Kuna mwingine atanipea chakula, mwingine atanipea pesa. Unakuta hata ile food haifanye nini, haitoshi kwa nyumba. Sasa hivyo ndo maisha iko ngumu. Unaweza fikiria na wacha nitoke niende at least nikuwe kama niende town, nikuwe kama mtu wa town kujiuza. Lakini ukiangalia watoto wako tena unaona unaonea huruma.
Statistics showing that in just concluded 2022 KCPE, 5 candidates were pregnant and 2 of them gave birth before exams.
The CAPSEA KCPE examination, 3 girls gave birth during the examination period.
Tunaposema elimu, tunasema elimu kwa mtoto wa kike na mtoto wa kiume. Kwa sababu sisi kama Waislamu, dini yetu inatilia mkazo elimu. Elimu ni lazima. Education is compulsory.
Islam being the dominant religion in Isiolo and being that it also allows polygamy, some feel there is need to educate the community on disadvantages of marrying young girls below the age of 18, which is a common vice in the region.
Dini ya Kiislamu ni wazi. Katika kuoa wanawake wanne pia, sisi pia tumepewa amri ikiwa uko na uwezo na unataka kuoa wanawake wanne, kuna utaratibu lazima ifuatwe. Lazima kwanza uweze kupeana haki sawa sawa kwa kila bibi. Sio unaenda kuoa mtoto ukafanya wanne, wale wanawake ambao wamebale.
Isiolo County Commissioner Geoffrey Omoding says much has to be done, including cracking the whip on government officials silent on teen pregnancies and early marriages. He knows that chiefs and their assistants have condoned the vice holding kangaroo courts in exchange of kickbacks instead of fighting for the rights of the girl child.
We are really concerned and we are mobilizing Ngao, national government officers to step in, and have directed Ngao in their various locations, sub-locations, to ensure that this retrogressive cultural practice is done away with.
In 2022, 2 chiefs in Oldonyiro were suspended for supporting early marriages.
There were cases in Oldonyiro where the chief there ceased to be a government agent, because as a government agent, we are supposed to implement government programs, policies, and regulations as directed. But if we find somebody now subscribing to the community, to traditions, going against the constitution and also the government laws, then that officer ceases to work for the good common good of this country.
Illegal drugs that enter Isiolo County through the porous Kenya-Ethiopia border, such like low-grade heroin and cocaine known as kete, also being a key cause of the teen pregnancies in the county.
You cannot take your cows to town. So cows are in the grazing areas. So there are some population which takes care of cows. And mostly the young people and women and the school-going children, they are left in semi-urban areas. And those are the areas targeted by the drug, I think the drug traders, or I don't know what I could call them. There is. And even if you visit the schools, some of the schools, I'm sorry to say you will discover this one is a drug addict. Same girls and boys.
Na wale watoto wetu ambao tayari wametumbukia katika madawa ya kulevya tuwaokoe. Jimbo kama hili sasa inahitaji sehemu ya rehabilitation center.
We have been trying to unravel their networks. We have arrested most of the kingpins that bring this kete here, and they have been charged in courts.
The national government says it will target parents, village elders and head teachers who are silent on the vice.
Because some of the chiefs, they are the locals, so they still believe in those cultural aspect of FGM, early childhood, marriage, and we have taken action to some of them. We have those few rogue chiefs whom we are planning. Others we have served some letters of show cause letters on the way for dismissal, so that we can employ people who can be able to implement government programs and policies.
With many teen mothers languishing in poverty, a number of non-governmental organizations such as UNDP have partnered with locals to provide self-employment training to willing teen mothers, such as sewing and making of beads, to help them get self-employment and generate revenue.
We have spaces for them. This is a safe space for everyone. So we have, like I said, the culture center is young mothers, who majority of them, of course, got pregnant when they were very young, and right now their kids have grown up, so they are trying to earn their daily bread inside there. We have the volunteers, us ourselves. There are some of us who are young mothers.
Many teen mothers prefer learning sewing and hairdressing.
Regarding the teen mothers who are usually here at the center, we have them at the culture center, as you have seen it earlier. They do bead making wristbands like this one that I have here. There's belts for steering wheels of the car. They sell the beads to their buyers, their own buyers, and the money they get, they take it home. It's their money, not ours. We don't take any share of their money.
I have so many students at the moment. Since last year, over 500 students have graduated from the institution here. I can make a statement to ask those other NGOs to assist us. I can make a statement to ask them to assist us.
Some are still optimistic and have either rejoined primary school or secondary school to complete their education after giving birth.
I have some big dreams. Na najiambianga I must achieve them. There is no limit. Dreams zangu lazima ni achieve. Hakuna kitu itanikatizia. I was so glad wakati nirudi shule na still niko na mtoto na still babake hata yuko around ako shule.
The Islamic community also has been playing a critical role in establishing schools that will cater for teen mothers who are in need and willing to go back to school.
Mungu akisadia inshallah takwa girls secondary school. Sasa system ni mpya, sisi napata tu inshallah habari kutoka education, vile takwa tashauriana na hawa. Mungu akisadia next year inshallah anytime sisi naweza anzisha shule.
This is one of the free secondary schools that is going to target only the girl child here in Isiolo County because of the disadvantages, especially through the culture within this community that has now disadvantaged the girl child, leading to many not going to school or even not completing the education because of early marriages and early pregnancies.
Hapa shule ya upili ya wasichana inajengwa. Na sababu moja ni kuokoa hawa wasichana ambao hawapati nafasi ya kuingia shule za upili kwa sababu ya ile umaskini. Asilimia kubwa ya wale watoto watakuja hapa ni mayatima na wale ambao wanatoka familia maskini na kutoka kila dini. Ili tumeona matunda ya elimu kwa wasichana.
To find out the impact of early marriages and being a teen mother, I visited Sharon Hangaramara village home deep in Isiolo County. I find her living in poverty. She keeps on repeating how she would have turned down the offer and ran away from home if she knew how it will end. She now depends on charcoal burning as a source of her family livelihood.
Juu kama ningekuwa nimesoma, ningekuwa maisha yangekuwa yamebadilika. Sasa hivi niko hapa hivi, yani hata kazi huwezi fanya usoni. Ni shida sana. Kama ningekuwa basi nasoma, ningewaambia tu warudi shule. Ni maisha sasa kuolewa ni ngumu sana.
The NCPD report shows that in 2022 alone, 2,256 adolescent girls aged between 10 to 18 were found to be pregnant in Isiolo County. Reports by the County Health Department indicate that 18% of teenagers are currently pregnant, majority of whom are in primary and secondary schools.
Ai, maisha yanikimbiza mimi. Maisha ni ngumu sana. Nakata kama ningekuwa nimejua, ningesoma tu.
A clear indication that much is needed to be done to curb rising cases of teenage mothers and early marriages in Isiolo County.
The main thing I would like to motivate them, it is to abstain. You have to abstain. Getting pregnant at an early stage, you get some many challenges. Challenges siko mingi.
Ai, hapana, kwa vile maisha imekuwa ngumu. Nikisema nitarudi shule nitaachia nani mtoto wangu, hakuna mtu wa kulea.
Wale wazazi ambao nataka kuwapongeza wamechukua mkondo ya kuhakikisha ya kwamba watoto wao wanaepuka na zile tamaduni potovu kama ukeketaji, kuoza msichana wa kike kabla hajafika umri ile unatakikanwa au kabla hajamaliza masomo, au hata kuchukua ile mahari kabla mtoto hata hajafika umri ile inatakikana au hajajiamulia.
In all these catastrophes, the sufferer is education, obviously. Yes, the sufferer is education. Yes. So at that level of sensitization, we are doing it. Taking back children to school, at whatever level, we are doing it.
Will KTN News, teenage mothers of Isiolo County.